So you guys have taken a quick short rest. You guys have taken a quick short rest in the room, taking the time to recover from your wounds. You do notice from here, like the comfortable chairs and stuff are easily enough awesome to rest in. And it's actually a bit more comfortable than you used to in a dungeon, allowing you to regain an additional 1 hit point in this room.
Nice.
So there is still a door to the east you haven't explored.
I'm just gonna fucking open.
Open the door.
Constitution save?
12 saves, actually.
Oh shit.
Gaining 2 of each. So you open the door to find a rather larger room than what you're used to. Give you a moment too. So you see bookshelves line the walls of this large room, and broken tables kind of lie in the center covering the scorch mark. Doors are located on all 4 walls, and you can see arcane runes written on the floor in the center of the room.
Can I use my divine sense?
Take a moment to focus and concentrate. You sense no celestial, fey, fiend, or undead in the area. No sacred or hallowed... No sacred or unhallowed grounds in the area. It all seems to be relatively neutral, within at least 60 feet of you.
Yeah.
Too much sorcery around in this place.
Alright, though.
Gives me shivers down to the bones. What little of them I have left.
I was going to say that, but you got to it first. Alright. Did you guys want to pick a door to go to, or did you want to take a moment to read the arcane runes, take a look at the books?
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I was gonna say, is it possible to read the arcane runes on the floor?
Absolutely. You walk
Or
over. You walk over to them, begin to read them, and as you're kind of reading them, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. You stare at them and you realize quickly before you actually start reading them out loud that these are the words that trigger a confusion rune spell. If you had actually not had a strong will, you would have cast confusion on everyone in the room by uttering the words aloud.
Then I'll quickly tell the others not to read it.
Works. Okay, and there's still doors to the north, east, and south. There's still bookshelves if you want to explore them.
I drink another alcohol.
Okay, yeah, it has been more than an hour since your last one, so those effects have faded.
Yep.
And... Ooh.
Alright, I'm back.
You have drow blood wine. So you drink it, and you can't stop drinking it until you make a con save.
Nice. Oh. Take the first one.
Yeah.
13.
So because it's been more than an hour, it doesn't actually make you poisoned, inebriated. But you do gain a few effects. You lose 2 wisdom and gain 4 charisma.
Damn.
12 for a sexy total.
So wait, what was going on with the arcane runes that you checked? Sorry?
Yeah, so basically they just turn, if you read them out loud, the room becomes a confusion room. So just don't read them.
No, I can't anyway. My arcane is shit.
Mine too, but I somehow got it, so...
How are the runes written on the floor exactly?
They seem to be etched into like the stone of the floor itself was melted to create them.
So if I took my axe to the floor and broke a piece of it, would it disrupt the runes and end the magic?
Possibly, but there's always the chance that your eyes actually do glimpse the spell and trigger it itself.
Well, I only have one, so...
I'll quickly step out of the room before that happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step out as well.
I mean, could always just blindfold them.
I only have one eye, so...
Just shift the eye patch over to your good eye.
Yeah.
So, If you're going to do that,
Close your eyes.
is everybody leaving the room or is somebody staying in with him?
No, fuck it. I'll stay in with him.
Okay. High or low?
You direct him to the rune.
Hi.
I will cast guidance on Endon.
Okay, so Endon, you kind of close your eyes, you strike where you assume the runes to be, and you take 1 point of force damage. As you destroy the runes themselves, they kind of kick back a little bit of a spark. You take a single point of damage, and that's it. And the spell is disrupted.
Ha. I deny your magics.
My wife's making gasping noises from the other rooms.
I was expecting a little bit more of a boom, honestly. As far as magic rooms go, that was disappointing.
Can I check the shelves to see if there's any books in here that will help us?
What books are you looking for in particular?
Something that would give a hint at what we're dealing with, why they're here.
Well, this seems to be an invasion done by elementals, at the very least. A lot of the books in this room actually don't deal with elementals per se. There is a bit on fire elementals and about how they can be used in the forging process and the summoning of those elementals. You do know that there's a whole lot of treatises on different blacksmithing techniques, written by dwarves, written by elves, by humans, by every various race, and a few blueprints as well as to creating enchanted weapons and the like. The more you read, the more you actually get to know Volkar, and Volkar is the human god of creation and blacksmithing.
Oh, interesting.
But there's nothing in here at all that suggests why the elementals would have broken through. The spells that they use that are described would do little more than summon a fire ember elemental, something so inconsequential. The best it can do is help light a forge. Can't even keep it going on its own.
Okay.
I'd like to walk over to the bookshelf and look for anything about information on this place that we are in.
Okay. So there are a few histories of this place. So this was the first temple of Volkar ever. It contains a mythical artifact known as Volkar's Hammer. Volkar used to be a human before he ascended to godhood, and by aiding them in creating an ultimate mythical artifact that literally divides the world as it is from the positive and negative planes of existence, the World Shield. So his hammer is an ultimate. It's an amazing artifact.
Are we sure handing this thing off to that man is the right idea?
No?
Is that man in the dungeon with us, or is he...
No, he stayed by the wayside.
So, am I able to run up and ask him if that item is here?
If you take about an hour or so, you could head back and come. You go back and forth, yeah.
Takes an hour to go 3 rooms?
No, it takes an hour to go through the three rooms, to go outside through the temple and then head back towards him. He's not staying close to the temple because it's been flooded with elementals and cultists.
Should I take the time to do that?
Nah, he's a sissy.
We'll just not hand it to him. I can't trust something this powerful to someone like him.
I mean,
Well,
aren't we just here to explore what's going on? Not
Yeah, we don't even know if it's here though.
Don't understand your mistrust of this manling. We have no reason to not believe him.
because I mean, who's to say he can even use the damn thing?
All right. Yeah.
Whether he can or
No one's
cannot.
actually been able to use the hammer since Volkar himself.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Problem solved. And
Whoa.
clearly, these elementals are just here to rescue their cousins from being turned into a dagger or a sword or something.
Does it?
I wouldn't hand it down.
Does the book that he found say what it takes to wield the hammer?
The hammer itself requires the blessing of Volkar. So essentially, you have to be a priest or a clergyman of his religion, as well as prodigious skills and the forming of a contract with a high-level fire elemental, a djinn at least.
Damn, it went from being worthy to having to worship him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a god's thing. What do you expect? They don't just give that shit out.
I mean, Odin just made it worthy. Why
Yeah.
can't he
It,
say-
it went from from being worthy of the hammer of Thor to being Thor.
But anyone who wields Volgar's hammer can smelt adamantine in a regular forge.
Shit.
Any material becomes malleable before the hammer. Any material.
Well, that'd be fun.
Interesting.
Yay, we can smelt flesh swords.
You could. Yeah.
Oh, context. Context.
I shall smith an entire planet into this blade.
Yeah.
That sounds like something a god would do. I'm gonna go check the door to the north.
Okay. You're checking the door, or you're walking through it?
Checking it.
Okay, so you take a look. It is the same sort of thing as you seen before. It's oak and iron. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Lisa, I love you too. Please stop.
Yay! More than 11.
Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty good. So you listen in on it, and there's no noise coming from the next room. It doesn't seem to be trapped, and it doesn't seem to be locked.
Okay, I walk through.
Okay, so as you walk into the room itself,
No, it doesn't.
the room itself seems to contain various crates and barrels, along with bags of refuse. You can smell the scent of something molding in here, and that's a moment before you make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
What was the point of that perception check?
Well, you can't see what's on the other side of the door from this side.
But you can smell it.
So
actually-
you step on the ground. You notice just too late that all the barrels and boxes have been pushed away from the center of the room, and you drop into this pit that was lightly covered by a bit of refuse, taking 2 points of damage as you only drop the 10 feet.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
With a bit of
Had a
help
bit of
from
a
your
slip
friends-
there.
Yeah, with a bit of help from your friends, you're able to climb up no problem.
Cool.
Look, it's a dope on a rope.
Can I check the barrels as well as the back wall and the wall on the eastern side?
Okay, so you take a moment to check. Go ahead and roll a perception check from inside the room. I'll give you advantage because you did so well on the outside one.
Thank you.
So the barrels and crates themselves contain old foodstuffs. You'd say it's probably been here for a week or two and grown stale in that time. A lot of it is preserved, so there's probably another like 10 days worth of rations for each person in the party if they really wanted to pick up that much weight. But half of it has gone bad because it was fresh fruit and the like. The walls themselves seem relatively sturdy. There's still that cobbled granite and stone, making them very difficult to push through, but you could probably
So
dig
they-
through them in a few days.
There's no like secret passages.
As far as you can tell, there's no secret passages at all, no.
Yeah, guys. If we get hungry, we can always come back to this room and grab some food. We don't have to use any of ours. What's
You-
everyone else doing right now?
I'm kind of just. I was originally at the bookshelf. I'm probably gonna move towards this door and have a look at it.
Ugway pulled up a chair and went to sleep.
Stay a while and listen.
He's an old man.
Okay, so sorry, you'll have to say that again. I was actually texting or talking to Mr. Raven, who just got back to me a little late.
I moved towards the eastern door to
Okay.
have a look, and
Okay, so go ahead and roll a perception check then. Okay, so
perfect. Oh god.
you listen at the door for just a moment. The door itself appears to be unlocked, but you can hear through the door itself the sound of, you're not sure, some people talking, muttering quietly. It's in common, but you only catch a few syllables, something about reading and tribute. That's about it.
I call the barbarian over and tell him, have a look inside here.
What's beyond the door?
Oh, just a few people.
People, eh?
Nothing
Finally,
you can't
something
handle.
that bleeds. You know, use my good boot to kick open the door.
Okay, let's get that little bit of reveal going on first. So you kick open the door and you find on the other side there are these strange people wearing these ragged black robes that just seem to be poring over a couple of... There's a table in the corner. They're poring over what appear to be scrolls and books. As they look up at your quick appearance, you got little cultists and cult fanatics there. There are two people that seem to be wearing some sort of spell-casting aid necklaces and iron, whereas another one is just seemingly wearing weapons.
He's wearing the weapons, eh?
He's wearing the weapons. It's true.
Any other clothing?
None at all. No, they're wearing robes. Yeah.
Just a dress made out of knives.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
just
get
saying I've covered their
excited.
junk.
The kilt of blades.
Ah,
Just a kilt made out of daggers.
potential for an oops on that one is way.
So we'll get everyone
high.
to roll initiative with advantage.
Okay, so it is an attack. Sweet.
As these people immediately fall into like a defensive position, and you can see the spellcasters beginning to mutter underneath their breath, already casting a spell.
You did say roll initiative with advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't have initiative on advantage.
Yeah, it's just roll it twice.
Oh,
Well-
I rolled 20, so I'm happy.
So
I
14.
Literally can't do any better than what I got, so.
I don't know.
I don't want to.
You did have guidance and you didn't use it.
Did I?
Are we
Guidance doesn't work on
all
initiative.
advantage, or is it
Yeah,
just
everyone's running
ended?
with advantage.
All
Yeah.
of us. Because we caught him with their pants down. I hope not literally.
Their knife skirts down.
Ah!
They pull it up and quickly.
Don't worry, he was just dropping his kids off at the pool.
There were happy more kids after that knife skirt.
Knife
Ain't
skirt
gonna
is
be
just
happening.
such an evocative no. Okay.
I'm happy with just one
Well-
roll.
What happens when you're when you catch your ding dong in the zipper of your knife skirt?
And I don't know if it has zippers.
It's
The
just
knives are the
You just
zippers.
kind of part
Yeah,
them a
it's
little
just-
bit.
one of those things where you just don't get excited. Don't get excited. Otherwise, bad
Fair.
things.
Okay. Sorry for taking so long. It's going to be there and there. Okay, so the first one to act is going to be Endon.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna whip one of my hand axes at one of the guys trying to cast a spell,
Okay.
and then close the gap between them.
All right, so you quickly try to interrupt their attack, trying to get rid of that whole concentration nonsense they usually require to cast a spell. And go ahead and make your attack.
God, I'm an ace with these hand axes.
Very much so. You strike one of them and deal a fair blow. The hand axe is actually still sticking out of them by the time you make it towards them.
Shit.
All right. Lucius.
How many of them are casting spell?
Two of them. Two in the back, and there's one weapon dealer in the front.
Okay, I'll attack the one that Endon hasn't attacked.
Okay. You would have to try and slip past the other dude, who is kind of making it very hard to do so. You would take an attack of opportunity if you try to get past him without attacking. Oh no, sorry.
Could I theoretically use cunning action to
disengage
dash
and
or
move
disengage
forward?
past. Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially if you're going to attack the one that Endon isn't at, then yeah, you would have to disengage to get around.
So I can disengage and then take an action to attack.
Go for it.
I will
Disengage,
do
go
that
attack
then.
the guy in the back.
Yep.
It's good.
Sweet.
Okay. You wouldn't have sneak attack on this one, though.
No, I would not. So it's only 4.
But you managed to poke a decent hole in the creature, disrupting... At least you believe disrupting the spell. You can see the faint arcane sizzle as the spell pops mid-concentration.
Whoosh.
Okay.
I did it. Okay.
Good job.
Ugwe?
Let's send one of them to horny jail. Oh, got to take off this man.
Okay, so you can move forward and are you going to attack the weapon user or the one of the 2 spellcasters in back?
I'll hit the weapons user that hasn't been hit yet.
Okay, so you just walk up and you bash him across the kneecaps, dealing 7 points of damage and probably hurting him fairly badly. You can see that he's already hobbling. You gonna follow it up with a punch or a claw?
Can I non-lethally bonk him with a hit?
You
With
can
a
non-lethally do it, yeah.
All right, I want to non-lethally do it. That's not that great.
Okay, you attempt to attack him, but this time he manages to move out of the way of your blow. You can see he's breathing heavily, but still there. Okay. Then it goes to Mistral.
Gonna. Those 2 in the back are probably more than 10 feet behind that weapon dude, aren't they?
They're not, no. They're about 10 feet away.
Oh. I was gonna kind of look at one of them, be like, "Hi."
Hi.
Fair. You get more than one of those per day?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, that's poison spray. Okay. I thought you were using like a random ability. All right, so you walk up to the weapons user and you kind of spray him and the one behind him?
It's only one target. They nerfed the shit out of it.
That's fair. So you angle to the side and use the spray to hit a spellcaster in behind. They do manage to actually save, taking half damage then, yeah? Or is that's a cantrip?
I
No
thought
damage.
I had it.
Savers suck. It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So the poison spray doesn't seem to affect them too much.
Hmm.
Oh, this time because you genuinely missed, not because they have resistance against it. Escaria, you seem to have a talent for going last.
Yeah. Seems so. Can I tell what the conditions of each of them are in right now?
Now, quickly taking a look, most of them, the 2 in the back seem to be uninjured. The one in the front seems to be injured, but you'd have to make a perception check to get anything more than that.
Okay.
Wait, shouldn't there be 2 injured?
The one in the back, they're relatively uninjured. I didn't say they were uninjured, it's they're relatively uninjured.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go up and stab the weapon wielder with my trident.
All right, go ahead. So you rush up to the person in question, and you give him a good old stabbing with your trident. It pierces his chest and leaves him as like dead weight at the end of your trident. You manage to push him off before the end of your turn, spraying the ground with blood liberally.
Delicious.
All right.
Knew I should have knocked the fucker out. God damn. Jeez.
We need to keep one alive.
Okay. So the 2 in back are actually going to have a chance to go now. One of them is going to attempt to touch... And just touch Endon.
Don't touch me.
Kinky.
Right. That is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Hold on.
You're not within
Worried
5
about
feet.
getting touched.
I'm not within 5 feet.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to have used it for a bonus action. Damn it. Okay.
You take 15 points of necrotic damage as this,
Jeez.
yeah, as a dark eldritch light springs from his hand and wraps through you very quickly, injuring you relatively heavily.
Yeah, I'd say I have 11 hit points left.
Yep. And that'll be it for his turn. The second one will look towards you and towards the one and towards the rest of the party. Take a moment, and as an action, will make a spiritual weapon appear where the fanatic was before, and it'll make a free attack against Jazz.
Yep.
It's a 5 to hit, so that's not going to hit. And he'll follow it up with a moment of concentration as he casts a spell. Jazz, you need to make a dexterity-based saving throw. Okay, you feel a sort of radiant pulse of energy, but you manage to push it off. Does not hurt you at all.
What was it? Radiant damage?
It would have
were
been
going-
radiant, but it didn't work.
Okay. I also have a resistance to necrotic and radiant.
Fair enough. Okay. It's going to go to Endon.
Alright. Well, I'm pissed off at this dude. I'm gonna bring my axe down on him.
All right. You managed to slash him with a good old blow, dealing a fair bit of damage, and you can tell that he's now bloodied. Alrighty. It'll go to Lucius next.
The dude I attacked before, I want to... I'll probably just try and attack him with my rapier.
All right.
Oh god.
High or low?
I'd probably go low. I'd probably aim for the body.
All right, so you try to strike the dude, and all you end up doing is actually bending your rapier at an odd angle. Of course, it is flexible, so it just springs itself out of your hand, leaving you disarmed at the moment.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I can literally hear it.
Yeah. Then it's Ugwe. Ugwe, yeah,
Okay. So one's bloodied and one's not, correct?
correct. The one that Endon is beating up is bloodied. The one that Lucius is trying to beat up is not.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the non-bloodied one and I'm gonna hit him with the non-lethal flurry of blows.
Okay, so
Good choice.
quarterstaff first, and then 2 flurry of blows. All of it non-lethal, you said?
Yep. Yes.
So your quarterstaff does miss as you kind of ducks underneath it. Your 2 quick strikes to follow up do hit him both times, knocking him around a little bit enough that you can see his eyes still shaken. He's still standing. He's not bloodied yet, but he's definitely injured. Right.
All right.
Mistral.
Same trick. Puke on the other dude again. The caster dude, not the fighty dude.
Fighter dude's good, dead.
Yeah, fighter dude's dead.
No.
So you throw a little bit of poison up, just like take a moment and retch out some absolute acid poison, and you deal 10 points of damage to
The weak, bloody dude.
Yeah, the one that's already been injured. You can see bits and pieces of his bone peeking through his skin now as you literally melt away the flesh.
That many.
All right, and that makes it Iscaria.
Cool. Is the one with the that we can see the bone, is he collapsed and dead?
Nope, he's still standing.
gonna go and smack him to try and get him to get knocked out.
You're gonna try non-lethal him down, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. You attempt to strike with your trident, but it's just not quite good enough.
One question, because is it not flanked though, due to the fact that Endon is also here?
Endon is there, but they both have their backs to the wall, so unless you specifically say that you were going to go flank him, which means you'd be actually between the two casters, not a great idea, then he's not flanked. So
I'd be fine with going in the two casters. I'm fine with going in between.
I'll let you roll then.
Are you fucking kidding?
Your rolls are fantastic, my friend.
I know, right?
So,
Oh shit.
the relatively uninjured one is actually going to reach over and touch you at this point because you are between the two of them and attempt to do a thing. With a 20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 27 points of necrotic damage as he touches you with an inflict wounds.
With my resistance as well?
That would be 13 points then. Okay, and then he'll take a moment and focus, and a second spiritual weapon. Both of these are hammers, by the way, appear directly beside or behind you, and one of them appears behind you. It's going to make an attack against you. That is an 18 to hit, which your AC is. Yeah, that'll hit.
What is that attack against?
That's
Me.
against Iscaria. That'll be 6 points of force damage as it smacks you. Okay. The other weapon is going to move forward, and it's going to attack Endon. But a 9 does not hit you, as far as I'm aware. And that person will actually reach forward and attempt to touch you again.
Okay, nothing I can do about it.
That is an 11 to hit, which does not hit you.
Nope.
Okay. Then it goes to Endon. You're the first one up again.
Alright. I'm gonna try and finish this fucker off.
Non
Seems like if
lethal
I'm
or
trying to
full out
touch me.
attack?
No, I'm killing him.
Alright.
Considering how much damage he's done to me, and they're not backing down, I'm not gonna be light on him.
Okay, so
Of course, it would be great if I could roll more than 1 point of damage.
you hit him with the axe, and he just seems to keep on going. His concentration wavers slightly. You can see the weapon behind you fizzle a little, but it retains its shape. He looks on his last limbs like a good paper cut would knock him over at the moment. Okay, then it goes to Lucius.
I'll get over to the guy who's trying to touch Endon, and I'll attempt to cut his hands off with my dagger.
Okay, all right.
That's not nice.
And Sneak Attack does apply because technically,
Yeah.
Endon is in range.
So as he's moving again to touch your good friend Endon, you actually take your dagger and bring it sharply across not his hand itself, but the fingers, and cut off 4 of them. He looks at them, wounded and shocked, before the blood loss just makes him reel, and he falls over, bleeding onto the ground.
Yay. No more touching.
Give a turt nod to Lucian and face the next guy.
All right. So it'll go to Ugwe.
Non-lethal bonk. I'm the one still left up.
Okay, you do manage to bonk him a little bit.
And same thing with this. Nope.
But your second strike doesn't manage to actually do much damage. He does seem a little out of it now, as if he's been bloodied, but you can tell he's just having a hard time recovering. All right. Then it'll go to Mistral.
I am gonna boop Endon. Oh, wait, why isn't it doing a thing? Do your thing. You stupid thing. Cure wounds. Apparently I
Excellent.
have to manually do it? I don't know if my Roll20 is working. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Just
None
taking
of the
its time.
shortcuts to the spell wants to work.
All right, so that is a D8 plus your casting mod, which is probably a 3, yeah? So Endon heals for 11.
Excellent. I appreciate that.
And then it is... Anything else you got? No bonus actions? Good to go?
No. Not unless I'm in
Iscaria.
starry form.
That's fair. Iscaria?
I'm gonna turn around and non-lethal the other guy.
Okay.
Do we have an advantage since there's people in front of him as well?
He's not actually being flanked. People moved out of the flanking position, so it's just everyone, like, crowded in front of him, not flanking him.
So everyone else is in front of him because I was in between the two.
You're in
Right.
between the two, yeah, and most people are, like, in an arc in front of him. Like, they're in that 180 degrees where he can see you all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should hit.
It definitely does hit. You managed to beat him with a flat of your trident, dealing a decent amount of damage.
He's still up.
He's still up. Okay, he's going to turn to Endon, focus for a moment, and Endon, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Okay, he gives you one command while pointing at Iscaria. Kill. And you are forced to take your next turn trying to kill Iscaria. As best you can. Literally as best you possibly can, including raging.
It was a command, yeah?
It was a command.
But if he gets knocked out before his next turn,
The command stays. Just because you kill the mage before the fireball hits the floor doesn't mean the fireball doesn't hit the floor. It's already been cast, the energy's already out. It's not a concentration spell, otherwise, yeah. And then he's going to take the hammer that he summoned and try to beat Iscaria with it. For
Damn, they really hate Scaria.
18.
Kill is
Uh,
not part of the list of command.
No, it is not for players.
Ooh.
Iscaria, you'll take 2 points of damage as I rolled minimum.
oh, you got an 18 or higher? How are you rolling so good against me, motherfucker? Like,
He's using actual dice, not Roll20.
I mean, if you guys want, I can swap to using Roll20, but that means that, if something kills you, it kills you.
Command is also a wisdom save, not a charisma save.
Yep, for players. This is a different kind of command for a different kind of creature.
Alright.
It's an inborn ability, not a class thing.
Basically,
okay.
just assume that DM has everything sorted.
Sorry, I wish to clarify, it is a command, it is not the command spell.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead, Endon, you're up.
Alright. Oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah, he has to go after me. Awesome. Great.
Yay!
Attack, my child.
Alright, well, if all I can do is attempt to kill Iscaria, I guess I go into a frenzied rage.
All right.
Awesome.
Let's see. And I'm technically flanking him.
Yep.
Ooh.
And second
Oh,
attack
thank
because I'm frenzied.
Yep. Neither one hits.
Huh.
Hit.
You attempt to strike him
Nice.
both times, and neither one lands.
You're welcome.
Iscario was ready for the attack. He saw the pointed finger, heard the command, and managed to move out of the way both times. All right. And then that's the end of your turn. The command fades, and you have control of yourself again. Lucius.
Cool.
I'll probably dash to a flanking position on him,
Mm-hmm.
and I will then attempt to knock him out with the butt of my dagger.
All right, go ahead and make a non-lethal with advantage.
Wait, how do I roll non-lethal?
No, just roll regular. I'll count it. With advantage.
Oh shit. Bop.
Okay, you managed to actually knock the person out to the ground. They're not dead, but they are heavily injured.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, combat ends as everyone manages to relax a little. It's not exactly what you expected of the room.
Can I chug the fuck out of 3 potions, please?
Absolutely, go for it.
And now I have a point of exhaustion.
Ew.
Do you want me to roll for that?
I will go ahead and roll for those. Just give me a moment here.
Yeah, I'm at fucking 3 health points.
So it'll be
Jeez.
8 for the first,
Okay.
6 for the second, and 6 for the third.
I just hate that I'm dumb and I've lost
Okay.
health points. I didn't realize something.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that necrotic touch, if I didn't have that resistance, I would have been dead.
It does hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
First level clerics are terrifying because that's the only first level spell that deals 3d10 damage.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
a lot of damage.
Yep.
Here I'm sitting there, sitting on starry form because I don't want to burn it right away. Might have
I'm-
to.
Does anyone else have rope other than me?
I have hemp and rope.
Okay, we should tie this fucker up
Yeah, sure.
because my rope is all used on Mister.
Oh,
Uwe.
Mr. Beyblade.
Yep.
If
And I pick up my
we can
rapier
just
as
tie
well.
him to the back of the Beyblade.
We could, yeah, true.
He's like a.
You want to sit on him?
I don't know. That might kill him.
Just put him in your shell.
Jesus.
Oh, no, the
Alright.
thing started to.
So, you guys can actually see pretty freely into the next room as well. It's a room that's filled with burned and broken bookshelves and tables, and a lot of scrolls, or the ashes of those, seem to swirl around the center of the room where a small fire was until moments ago. Now it's been kind of put out.
Is anything readable?
Going into this room, I need to actually poke the button. Into this room,
Oop.
making a quick look around, nothing seems to be readable. However, in this room, there are a few things that you can read through, and you do see. You know that you read about 2 things. One, that by and large, the tributes that were brought to the church were actually kept in the southernmost room, and based on the descriptions, you believe it to be just in this room beyond here.
Mm.
The old man said you were free to take the tributes of gold and gems. And the hammer itself lies on the opposite side, the northernmost room, all the way on the other end of the temple.
Of course it does.
I immediately dash for the tribute room.
All right. So you're running that way as these guys have kind of tied up the unconscious cleric, fanatic, whatever he was. As you open the room itself to take a look inside,
What save do I have to roll?
nothing.
Oh.
So So you take a look into the room, and you can see at the very back of the room, right back here, there is a massive scorpion whose pincers and tail seem to lightly catch fire whenever you look at it the wrong way. It notices your presence as you open the door, sitting on a pile of gold and gems. It kind of makes a hissing, clicking noise at you. Its tail cocks back, but it's too large to squeeze through that hallway to get at you.
I quickly call to everyone to come here to look at this giant abomination stuck in a tiny room. Almost laughing at it.
I swear our GM hates me. Dev, is that bottom room supposed to only be 2 squares wide?
This one down here?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's not. This isn't accurate to what it looks like. There's actually about 50 feet in that room.
Okay.
The creature itself is about 15 feet wide.
So, can't fit through the door, huh?
Nope.
Yep.
How many rounds in combat is a minute again?
It would be 10.
10 rounds. Huh. Well, do we want to fight this thing?
I'll
'Cause
fight
I
it
mean-
from range.
I
Yeah.
could drop Moonbeam on it, and, we have about a minute worth of standing here watching it scream.
Well, who's still with the cultist with me?
I probably am.
Turtle is probably there too.
Should we try to wake the guy up?
You guys can. I'll be busy fighting this thing.
Oh, I mean, just break his fingers. That'll wake him up. Then it can't poke people either.
I can still poke. It's just the fingers aren't attached. Well,
Will cutting him off at the wrists kill him?
Probably. He would bleed out unless one of you performed a fantastic medicine check or you shoved him full of a healing potion. It would probably kill him.
I do have
As well,
+5
as
in
well,
medicine.
he is a bound person. That would be torture.
Why do you
So-
guys want them alive so bad anyway?
Was that a hard no for somebody?
No, it's not. I'm
Okay.
just saying, alignments. Cough, cough.
I'm lawful neutral, I think.
Chaotic
No,
neutral.
Good neutral.
Yep, both will work.
I'm lawful good, so I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
partake.
Turn around.
Lawful neutral actually would not indulge in torture unless it's a life or death situation.
Sorry, I'm neutral good.
Oh, good would never.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm out of the room, so I'm not watching it.
It's
so I
fair.
wouldn't
It's
know.
fair.
I say we just take his head and
So I'm gonna wake him
be
up.
done with it.
Okay, so Endon is talking about taking his head. You, Iscaria, kneel down, you slap him awake, kind of looks up at you. You can see his eyes are a little unusual. They seem to contain a multitude of different colors. And as you kind of stare at him, they shift wildly. He looks up at you and starts speaking in a language very similar to Primordial, only spoken with a human tongue. And you think he's swearing at you?
Do I recognize the language?
Do you speak Primordial?
I speak Primordial, Abyssal, Common, and
I
Celestial.
think everybody speaks Primordial except Endon.
Yeah.
And me. I don't.
He's speaking a sort of form of Primordial, old, ancient even. Even though Primordial itself is old, it's a dialect that's a little hard to understand. And yeah, he's just swearing at you, calling you the son of a cow, discussing how your mother fornicated with rats to create such an ugly creature, those kinds of things.
Wow,
Okay,
your
I'm
mom
gonna-
was a were-rat?
I'm gonna shove a potion down his throat
Okay.
and try and persuade him to work with us.
Okay, how do you do that?
As I'm feeding him the potion, I say to him, I think it's in your best interest to work with us. We don't want to hurt you, but we will if we have to.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage.
Advantage. Ooh.
We have him tied up, so...
Oh god.
I don't know.
You're the Batman of intimidation.
He stops for a moment and looks at you, and then he
Rachel.
says very clearly in common, "My gods will burn you alive."
What can your gods do that my gods have not already done to me?
I mean, probably a lot of things, really, thinking about it.
He just spits in your face.
I'm gonna use my necrotic shroud.
Oof. Alright.
My idea would be, I mean, I'm not in the room, but the fingers of the dude who can touch, would they still work?
So I'm gonna use my necrotic shroud
Mm-hmm.
and scream at him. I'm gonna scream at him. By the end of this, your gods will kneel before me, just as you do now.
Oof.
Okay, that's...
Wow. Okay. So you've left his mouth completely fine. His hands are tied behind his back. Did you bind his feet together?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like hogtied.
I will get you to roll a survival check.
Ooh.
Well, I'm on Team Endin who's just taking his head and put it on a stick.
Okay. Yeah. So he doesn't manage to slip the ropes, but what he does is he looks up at you, and the absolute terror of everything that's happened to him, he's going to stick out his tongue and bite it off. He's bleeding out at the moment.
I'm going to use healing hands on his tongue.
Bloody
Oh,
hell, just put
oh
him out
my
of his freaking
God.
misery.
this poor
Would I, wait, is he
guy.
screaming?
Yeah, no, he's mumbling unintelligently at the moment.
But is he screaming loud enough for me to hear?
Yes, he most certainly is. At this point, he's crying and screaming and trying to die, and you will not let him.
Right. I'm going in the other room. See,
That's fair.
Yeah, fair.
Right, at this point,
Dude.
like, you've healed him twice with a healing potion and your healing hands. He's bit off his tongue, but you've managed to, like, patch it up a bit. He can't talk very well anymore, and he just kind of stops, and he sags in his ropes. He just shrinks up against the wall and looks at you, terrified, as the dark necrotic energy swirls around you, your eyes pools of liquid darkness just staring at him.
I scream, "Tell me everything."
Tell me everything.
In broken common, he says, we just want the hammer. We just want to summon. And that's essentially all you're able to get out of him for a little while, at least. So I will grant you inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Okay. Going back to the other party members, you guys see the giant fire scorpion in the room. What do you guys want to do about it?
wait for them to finish their foreplay or whatever the hell they're doing in there, and I was thinking of just, dropping a spell on it and letting it cook them for a little bit. Assuming this, well, do we even need to go in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of treasure in there.
Yeah, there is a pile of gold and jewels underneath them.
I'm an archaeologist. I don't particularly care so much for gold.
But you
Sorry.
know I do, so I mean,
Well, you go and ask him for it.
you are going first.
I'm an old drunken monk. I only
No,
care
no, no.
about
You're the one who wants the
alcohol.
gold.
And you're the one who wants to help me.
Your persuasion skills need work, good sir.
Does anybody have a lot of water?
I can create water. What do you need?
I
Just
have water.
put it out. The creature's made of fire, is it not?
Its bits are on fire. It's not made of fire.
It's bits.
Oh, it's poor woman.
It might be the woman.
Oh,
Did-
wow.
Did you guys moonbeam that fucker?
Not yet.
Well, no,
Not
wait
yet.
for them to finish screwing around with the captives in the other room.
no,
This
I'm
is
captive.
going on while the captive's being screwed with, so he hasn't started screaming yet for you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hurry up in there!
All right,
I'll just,
around this point, you feel a sudden shift in the energy of the kind of temple as the air seems to grow cold.
Ooh.
Chilly.
Oh no.
Someone turned the AC on. Ah.
And then you start to hear the screaming
Okay.
coming from the other room.
What the hell is that?
You guys get there in time to see the cleric cultist's tongue on the ground, him shriveling in fear from someone you don't recognize, as Iscaria's necrotic shroud changes his appearance to make him terrifying to behold. The cultist is gibbering, barely able to speak through the blood and bile in his mouth. As you hear him say, "We just wanted to summon. We just wanted the hammer."
So
Awkward
since no one's
silence.
saying anything, I'm gonna ask him what else is in here.
Scorpion, minor elementals, Azure.
What's Azure?
He takes a moment to think. Fire, smelt. He's trying to say words that are easy for him to pronounce at the moment, and it's very difficult for him to talk.
Primordial is more of a throaty language, correct?
Yeah.
More than a tongue
Well,
language.
It is and it isn't. It depends on what's going on.
I ask
because-
again in primordial.
He gives you the same answers. I mean, he did just lose a tongue. Just because he was healed doesn't mean like the inflammation and the pain goes away.
Fair. Do we have any knowledge on? Did you say Asmar?
Azure.
Azure?
You can go ahead and roll an Arcana check if you'd like. Everyone else is just sitting there stunned as you literally are torturing this poor guy.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to ask him what he wants, if the captive wants anything.
You're not sure what an Azure is. You've never heard of such a creature. As you kind of, and then Lucius, as you kind of get closer to the guy, he looks at you. You can see he's crying, and he just asks for you to kill me, please. Release. No more.
Cut the guy's fucking head off and let's move on. Yeah, creeps.
I'll ask him if he promises not to attack us.
He nods.
I mean, I'll shove my trident through his head.
Fair enough. So as you're debating whether or not to let this guy go, he's just said he wouldn't attack you. Iscaria shoves his trident into the poor guy, not leaving a whole lot behind as he rips at the trident.
I sigh.
All right. So do you guys want to deal with that fire scorpion, or do you want to keep exploring?
I
Well,
was,
I'm just gonna drop Moonbeam on the Fire Scorpion, so
All right. So with that, we have reached our second hour completed. So we're going to take just a quick 5-minute stretch. Then we'll get back to you dropping a moonbeam. Because why not?
Shoot.